Hey everybody! Today's video is Fat Cat Friday with this adorable little fat cat and the background just for fun. So I put some fiber paste on some dark brown cardstock. I was looking for sort of a furry texture, and this fits the bill perfectly. You do need to let this dry for a while before doing the step that I'm doing now, which is adding liquid watercolor from Hero Arts. So make sure that the fiber paste is completely dry before you start. After I put the liquid watercolor on, I'm spritzing it with water to move the color around. You do have to be somewhat careful if you're working on colored cardstock versus some sturdier white cardstock or mixed media paper, because the dyes that are in colored cardstock just make it a little bit weaker. So I'm trying to use the minimum amount of water possible while still getting my color to move around quite a bit. So I'm using yellow and this beautiful terracotta for sort of a leopardy feel. And it's important to do this step first because, as you'll see in the next section, I am going to be color matching my fat cat to the colors in this background. And the other thing to note is all watercolor fades as it dries, so it will dry a little bit lighter. So be pretty heavy-handed with the color if you want it to be bold when you're finished. So now I have my hex chart and I'm just trying to find the right markers to coordinate with the background. I'm going to use this little cat that has spots all over him because he matches the background so well. So I picked out the colors that I want, and I'm just going to color him. I've been watching Jamie Clark's coloring videos. She does a live every day on Facebook, and she's just an amazing colorist. And she's gotten me back into the habit of starting with my dark colors and finishing with my lighter colors. So definitely give her a watch. She's a very good teacher. So now I'll come in with the yellow. So he's a very round, fat little kitty. And so most of the inner portion of his little body will be light because it's sticking out from all the little treats that he gets. And so I'm using the lightest color for that. Then I will go back in for his spots and his little feet with a slightly darker sort of mahogany color for the spots. And all three of these match the background really, really well. Now you have to have a pretty light touch to get into these little spots, but I am going to make them stand out just a little bit more with some pencil shading. I like shading over alcohol markers with pencil because it's a softer way of coloring. And a lot of times I can get just the right amount of shadow with a pencil, where I struggle a little bit with markers doing that. So now he's all done. He's very cute. And we can go in and color his nose, which I'm just doing with a black multi-liner. And I tried to leave a little highlight on his nose, but I made it too small. So I'm coming in with a Posca pen to give him a highlight and 3 little freckles by his whiskers. So now I will take brown pencils. I don't know why I got 2 of them out. I was trying to decide, but I'm only going to use 1 to shade with, just the darker brown. And I will give him even a little bit more roundness by going around the edges of some of his spots, as well as the edge of the cat. And then I'll push his feet, his ears, and his tail back in space by shading them darker so that it looks like his belly and his body is in front of his ears, his tail, and his feet. So for that part, I will actually slow this down a little bit so that you can see this in real time instead of speeding it up. So here we go. Look how cute he is, and look how much more dimensional he looks after each step of this shading. So putting the shadow on his feet really makes his little belly stand out. Same with his tail, just at the base of his tail. Make it look like that is spatially behind his belly. And then I'll do the same thing for his ears up here, putting them behind his head just a little bit. This is the cutest freaking image. So this whole stamp set is full of little round cats like this. They would also make super cute balloons if you wanted to turn them into balloons. But this guy just looked so perfect on that leopard background that I could not resist. I have a little border stamp and a sentiment, and that completes the card. Head over to my blog for more information and a giveaway, and thanks so much for watching.